You've got to be kidding me. They've done it again. Royal Caribbean has again oversold a cruise ship. This time, passengers show up for their cruise and they are told we don't have a stateroom for you at the pier, at the terminal. We will discuss that on the show today. We're also going to talk about the easy to use hot tubs that are on the balconies of some cruise ships. Norwegian Cruise Line is now setting new parameters and protocols on using these whirlpool tubs on cruise ships. Could Carnival Cruise Line be soon to follow? And lastly, today on the show, we're sharing news from Carnival Cruise Lines as they make a huge change to the debarkation process that I think all of us will love. We all need some time in the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. A big happy Wednesday to all you islanders. We hope that you're having a great day. We are halfway through the week and we are on Island Time. I am Derek. Let's drop our anchors and take some time to relax in the islands together as we talk about a lot of change on the show today. There's a lot of change, some of it for good, some of it not for good. We like to talk about cruise news and discuss it. I share news with you. You share your thoughts and your comments just below the video. If you like to stay up to date in all things cruising, be sure you're subscribed to this channel. Be part of this awesome community. We're going to jump into the first story here. I mentioned it in the intro. Royal Caribbean has yet done it again. This is the third, fourth time now in the last several months that they have oversold a cruise ship. Listen to this story here. This is a cruise ship sailing from Australia. Passengers showed up from Australia and probably around the world, Asia, Europe, maybe the Americas even, to sail on this cruise from Australia. Passengers show up. Some of them get on board, but some passengers who booked a guaranteed stateroom. Many of us have booked those before. Have you booked a guaranteed stateroom before? I know that we have. Some passengers who booked a guaranteed stateroom where the cruise line selects the room for you were notified at the pier, at the terminal. We don't have a stateroom for you. We don't have a stateroom number to assign to your guarantee. Can you imagine that? Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas was getting ready to sail November the 28th when this happened. The guests who were at the terminal were notified via a letter. Could you imagine making your way to Australia, getting ready to sail? It's cruise day. You show up to the terminal. You've done your check-in process. You've bought everything you need. You've got your luggage. You're there. You feel good. You need this vacation. And you're told we don't have your stateroom. Here's what the letter read to some guest here. We regret to inform you that we currently have been unable to allocate a stateroom number to your reservation. The time and effort you took to plan your cruise vacation is important to us, and we apologize for the inconvenience. Every aspect of your time with us should be enjoyable, so we have put together some alternative options that we hope will work for you. Could you imagine receiving this letter while you are in the terminal? You can see the ship. Here's what Royal Caribbean said. The first option is you can be put on standby. Not for the airplane, for the cruise ship. You can just stay there on standby and see. Maybe if passengers don't show up, maybe they missed their flight, maybe they changed their mind, maybe they canceled very last second. You can wait and see. And here's what Royal Caribbean said. If you stay here and you wait and you see and you get a cabin, we're going to give you $100 of onboard credit. Yes, onboard credit for the cruise that you don't even have the privilege to be on board yet. I thought that was hilarious. $100 onboard credit if you're able to sail. If not, you get a full refund and a 25% future cruise credit. Royal Caribbean also gave other options. You could select another similar sailing if you wanted to. You could opt to completely cancel if you wanted to, and you would get that full refund, of course, and some future cruise credit. But could you imagine here? This is not the first time. Not the first time here that Royal Caribbean has done this. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but who's to say that it won't? And here's what has me thinking here. These guaranteed staterooms provide great value for cruisers. As I said earlier, we have booked them before. Deep discounts sometimes, and you wait to see what cabin you're going to sail in. But now that this has happened, and it's not the first time, does this change your mind about guaranteed staterooms. I'll be honest with you, I had a conversation with Amanda at lunch today and said we probably need to start advising our guests that we book cruises with. Your booking will probably be okay if you book guaranteed, but here is what has happened several times in the past. It may make a decision, especially if the price is not very much more, to go ahead and select a stateroom. It may prompt people to go ahead and select that stateroom. Let us know your thoughts on this story. How upset would you be if you got to the terminal and your cruise is canceled because you don't have a cabin? Let us know in the comments section below. Let's move to this story here. This one is interesting and it's not over yet. Norwegian Cruise Line is where this is coming from. Many of us, we dream, we hope, and some of you who carry the wallet around and have that money, you have paid for a stateroom that has a balcony with a whirlpool spa, a hot tub on it. Some of you have done it. Norwegian, Carnival Cruise Line, and others. Some of these expensive, nice cabins on Norwegian, some of these cabins in the Haven area, they offer this hot tub that's on your balcony. People enjoy it. They really do. Carnival XL Class has these. We're going to talk about Carnival here in just a second. Norwegian Cruise Line is implementing new sanitation protocols and processes that is changing the way that passengers can use these hot tubs. Before this change, you were able to use your hot tub however you wanted to use your hot tub. You simply went outside to your balcony, you filled up your hot tub, you could lay there for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. You could lay there at midnight, 2 a.m. It did not matter. That is what is changing. Norwegian Cruise Line is not allowing passengers to have the flexibility that they have had with these whirlpool hot tubs. Norwegian has said that this is because of the CDC and new advice and advisory processes from the CDC. This is for guests who are sailing on board Norwegian Viva, Norwegian's newest cruise ship. And here's what Norwegian has said that the CDC has passed down to them. They've said in an email, in collaboration with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and in accordance with company protocols to maintain a healthy and safe environment, we have implemented a new sanitation process for all stateroom whirlpool spas on board. To use the whirlpool spa in your stateroom, kindly make a request for it to be prepared for your use with housekeeping. That means they're going to check and see if it's clean. They're going to start to fill up that whirlpool. As a result of the enhanced sanitation process, the whirlpool spa will maintain an optimal temperature for approximately 1 hour. That tells me that your cabin steward, your housekeeping team is going to set the temperature in a timer. If you want to sit there for 90 minutes, the water's going to start getting cold on you. If you fall asleep, you may wake up in a pool instead of a hot tub. Our onboard team must promptly drain the whirlpool spa and complete a comprehensive sanitation process following each use. That's a huge change. You can only use the whirlpool if you call in advance, come in my cabin, go prepare my tub for me, and you can only use it for 1 hour. After each use, everything needs to be drained. Norwegian Cruise Line, they recognize this is not optimal. This is not what people wanted when they booked these types of cabins. They are offering $500 of onboard credit for those who are staying 2 to a room, and they're apologizing, saying, we know this is not convenient, here's $500. But here are my questions that I have. Number one, I would enjoy the flexibility of using that hot tub. Number two, how much notice do I need to give to my housekeeping team, to my cabin steward? If I want to get in the hot tub, let's say in 10 minutes, am I going to call and it's going to be 30 or 40 minutes? That takes away the convenience and the price that I paid for the flexibility of having the hot tub. Here's my other question. We've had a great night. We've had drinks, we've had dinner, we've had entertainment. I get into my cabin, it is 1 a.m. 1 a.m. and I'm not ready for bed. I want to call in that hot tub. Do I call my cabin steward at 1 a.m.? Hey, I need you to come and turn on that water for me. Set that timer. And hey, at 2 a.m., it's going to start getting cold, so I'm going to get out. So at 2 a.m., you need to come back. I don't know. Is there going to be a restriction on what time you can call to use this accommodation? I don't know. It's an interesting concept, and we're going to mention Carnival Cruise Line here because Carnival Celebration, Mardi Gras, and Jubilee will have some of these hot tub fixtures, these whirlpools, of course, on their ships. They're already on Mardi Gras and Celebration. They will be on Jubilee. And if Norwegian is pointing to the CDC as to why they've made these changes, I would think the other cruise lines would have to do something that is just about the same. Norwegian is not pointing at themselves and saying we are making these changes because we want to. They're pointing to the CDC. So we're going to see here, I bet we know very, very quick whether or not Carnival Cruise Line is going to adopt something that's similar. If so, I know that will bust the bubble of several of you who have booked those XL suites and big balconies and you want to enjoy that hot tub. Let us know if this is something that is probably in line, probably needs to be done, or why? Why 1 hour? It's my hot tub. I want to stay in there for 3 hours. And why do you have to clean it every time? I'm going to get in there this morning. I'm going to get in there this evening. You don't have to clean it. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below on that one as we share this last story with you. The debarkation process for Carnival Cruise Line is set to change. I think most of us would be in agreement whenever I say that the debarkation process is one of the slowest processes, not just on Carnival Cruise Line, but across the industry. We all love to cruise. When it's time to go home, though, it is time to go home. Many of us drive several hours to ports we're ready to get off the ship and go home. Many of us fly. We try to get the earliest flight we can to get home as quick as we can. It's always nice to be home. Carnival Cruise Line is trying to speed up and automate this process as much as we can. Right now with Carnival Cruise Line, when it's time to leave, when it's time to prepare your baggage, you go pick up yourself. You go pick up the luggage tags. On every ship, it's at a different place, but you go pick up how many tags that you need, and they've done that for a long time. Carnival Cruise Line is now switching from that approach. They are calling this new process a digital debark process, and they are incorporating using the Carnival Hub app to say, here's how many luggage tags I need. You say that you need 3 luggage tags, then 3 luggage tags will be delivered to your stateroom. You don't have to go get them anymore. That is nice. Not only that, you put the tag on your bag and you put it out in the hallway. That's a sad night, right? You see all that luggage. Carnival picks up the bags. A debarkation morning, luggage goes off the ship, and Carnival will notify you via the Hub app. When your luggage is off the ship, they will say, hey, come on. It's time to go home. Your luggage is here. Kind of a neat, different process that Carnival Cruise Line is using here. Some of you probably like what you hear. You're hoping that this takes place quick. It is a test pilot program right now. Although Carnival thinks it's going to be successful, they've already said they're planning to roll this out to other ships. But for now, it's only on 4 ships. The Spirit, the Dream, the Conquest, and the Elation are the 4 ships that are using this process right now. Again, plans to roll this out across the fleet are already taking place. It's going to be interesting to see. Those of you sailing on those ships, let us know. Give us feedback on our Facebook page. Be sure that you're on there and share that. Now, a couple things to call out. Self-assist passengers can still self-assist. No impact there. There's also no impact on priority debarkation for Diamond, Platinum, Sweet Guest, Faster to the Fun. None of that changes, okay? So let's not get upset. Nothing is changing with that. Do you like this system? I give kudos to Carnival for at least trying to make a change, trying to make a process improvement here. I think it's going to be highly effective. The one downfall that I've already heard is some passengers, they just don't use the Hub app. They don't use their phones. In that case, you can go to guest services. There will still be a station there where you can pick up those luggage tags, but that may not be the case for very much longer. Islanders, that is the cruise news for today. We hope you enjoyed the show. We enjoyed, of course, creating it for you. If you enjoyed it, a simple task. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit that like button. It will put that in front of other people who are looking for cruise news to watch. And also be sure that you weigh in on these cruise news stories, some controversial stories, some stories of change. Share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. All of us Islanders look at those. You will be surprised. You comment, there will be probably someone that comments on your comment. It's always interesting to see. We hope that you have a great day, and we'll see you in the comment section below and tomorrow right here on Island Time.